Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Forensics, the Crime Scene Detective. Today's beverage is a very nice tasting, dashing lime-infused sparkling water. I'm not too sure what's dashing about it, but it is a very strong and fresh flavour. However, ridiculously expensive on an interesting side note. Almost 2 full whole generic units of currency for a small can. Either way, extortion aside, welcome back to the game. Previously, we were looking at a couple more cases. Let's go to the back here. It was the shattered cash machine and also paper trails. The former was basically a bomb set off at the cash machine and ATM. Got all that sorted, 95% of 100, and then the paper trails, which was someone making fake IDs, lots of criminal activity, people coming and going, and again, we tied that all together with 96, although one of these I did sort of mess up a bit because I was doing some experimentation with the fingerprints, but no matter, and we're going to continue on because I didn't expect this to become a full series, but here we are, I'm still enjoying it, a bit of a testament to the game there. I'm going to do the blood ties at the pool bar, which is interesting because we've already been to a pool bar. So status unlocked, as always, score 0, blank, nil, whatever you would like to call it. Not attempted, not even loaded in this one. The body of owner died. Is that, I always got to say cock on that one, but it might be coke or cock or whatever. I'm just going to say cock. It was found in his pool bar at the Fushbau by waitress Elena Fisher. Again, apologies for the pronunciations and way of saying this. Struggle with English, never mind any other language. Who is in a relationship with Stephen, the victim's son. The victim's phone is missing and no clear motive for the murder could be found yet. The Fushbar was previously being investigated in connection with the robbery, leading to the owner installing new security measures. And yes, we have got a, what was it, whiskey and gunfire? Yes, whiskey and gunfire at the pool bar. So it might be a bit of a revisit, but we shall see because we're going to go to investigate and we'll head over. So, if it is the pool bar, that should be, well, it could be quite interesting because, well, truth be told, I don't fancy scanning all of the tables again, but I'll have to do it, I guess. So, it is the mains pool bar. It is 7:15 AM. You've arrived at the pool bar where the body of the owner, Diet Mar Cock, was discovered by waitress Elena Fisher. Again, it could be coke or whatever. Investigate the bar and collect all relevant evidence. Yes, indeed. And it is the same bar. Okay, so one could be very cynical and say, yay, we got reuse of assets. But, well, it is what it is. And I'm just going to have a look around. So, once again, we have our... oh, this is the... yes, this is where the... this is the trajectory rods and stuff for gunfire. I have a couple of phones, 3 phones by the look of it, so we can see 1, 2, 3. Previously when we investigated, oh, we have blood and we have a firearm. Okay, immediately there. And as I mentioned previously in the pool bar, we found phones, and these were just classed as lost property and such. So, yeah. We also have a trajectory, a bullet hole. They said install some... Did they say they installed some previous security measures? Yeah, I think so. Did say yes. Install new security measures. Well, I don't know what the new security measures were, but here we are. Can I go through this door here? I can go through this door here, and we have a toilet. So this is what I was trying to investigate in the previous run of this, and well, yeah. What we'll do, we'll have a look around because it's been noted that the victim's phone is missing, and well, I might find it stashed somewhere in here. And there is another projector. There's another gun. We found another gun stashed in the toilet here. On the last cubicle. Okay, I can't open any of the other ones. No out of order signs. No nothing like that. Just check in and around here. Yeah, okay, and let's go to the other toilet. We'll go around. I'm just doing a sort of cursory sweep of the facilities first. None there, none there, none there. Nothing around here. Okay, I mean, obviously, it's very easy to miss things. I haven't went fully prone here. Once you just saw a set of feet there, you'd be like, excuse me, sorry about that. Plus 10 generic apology points for disturbing them. Although you would think this has been totally cleared out of people. But there you are. Let me just run it here, and then I have a quick look. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we have found another firearm, so we'll have to investigate that. And then we've got obviously lots and lots of fingerprints. Although I haven't really had another look around the bar, and well, Yeah. Cards on the table. I have, rightly or wrongly, I have no interest in going around the entire bar again and scanning for every single fingerprint. Obviously, I'll go and dust what I think will be the most relevant. So around here, you know, where the shooting may have occurred and things like that. But, oh, there's something that appears to be there as well. But having to do the entire bar and go through 20, 30 sets of fingerprints, well, it ain't happening. Okay, so, like I said, the victim's phone is missing. That's a curious one. Oh, also a laptop there, which is, okay. It's on Linux, and it's doing something very, well, generic hackery. Lots of ASCII art and such there. Okay, so I didn't find... Well, I found mobile phones, but I didn't find... Maybe, well, the victim's phone, Stephen. Stephen? Stefan, sorry. Yeah, no clear motive for the murder. Okay, right. I'll have another look around here. Just a sort of cursory sweep around. I always check near the bins. Near the bins is often where you might find something that's been disposed of. Can't open these doors, just for clarity. You can't open them. There's only this one that you can. Obviously, we've got the firearm there. So the fact that there's 2 firearms is curious. Okay. And yeah, let's have a quick look on this one. Could have been put in there, maybe? Oh, we can't say we've been not been thorough on that one. On the bins, no. And I can't interact with any of these. Can go prone. Just double check interactions. No, nothing like that. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll get out the fingerprint scanner and we'll have a quick run around. And it might be quite obvious about a phone being missing, but whether or not we find it or not, don't know. Where that must be the entrance. Yes, it is. Okay. I didn't really look over here. Again, just looking for maybe a mobile, but it's so easy to miss in between here. No. Okay, right. Let's have some scanning, shall we? So I want to go for the UV light. So, pick up one UV light and over to the bar, because naturally, that's where we're going to find prints. So we're going to find the most. There's the bullet hole. None of these have any fingerprints on. None around here. None around here. On the bar. Interesting. There's one. There's another one. Looks like a matching one. Quick look. So obviously there's going to be, well, in a place like this there will be naturally hundreds of fingerprints, but we need to prioritize which one we actually use. So I'm just going to have a quick look around here. As I said, there could be loads. I will do a sweep. There's another one. We'll do a quick sweep. If we find some, then all good. There's one there. So that one's probably the same. One of the things going around as well, nothing there, is that one of the things going around as well is that we will obviously be looking at the tables more, so it might be easier to see anything that's on them, because there could just be a phone just around here. There's another fingerprint. That one doesn't look to be the same as the others, but again, we shall see. So there's another one. That one's there's a big fingerprint there. Okay. Another cursory scan around here. So not necessarily going for 100% on this. But one of the things is that... I think there's one there as well. One of the things is that... how am I supposed to get there? Can I get around here? I bet I can't. That's bad. I can get over there. It's going to be a nightmare. Excuse me. Okay. One other scan around here. But I don't think there's anything else. So already you have probably got 10 plus fingerprints. Okay, right. Down the toilet. Down to the lavatorial facilities. And I think porcelain is noted to be obviously exceptionally reflective. Or prone to fingerprints. But not seeing anything. Again, haven't been like completely meticulous about it. Sometimes you just have to rely on game sense, and you just know that, right, you know that not being in here, it's just not a thing, which is possible. But see, it does interact there. Can I interact with that one? No, I can't. See, I would, with this being the one with the gun found, I would have a look around here further. Okay. Cursory scanning is completed. Let me go ahead and get the evidence markers in. Oh, I'm just seeing fingerprint symbols everywhere. Okay, evidence markers. I will go for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fingerprints. Let's just do it. Sometimes you just have to just put up and shut up, and that's what I'm going to try and do. Although I will moan about this, I can guarantee. Get that one in, and I will have to try. I'll try and count up as I go along for the pictures. Not that it matters if you take multiple pictures, as far as I can tell. Okay. And one good thing is these are quite far apart from one another, so hopefully taking the photos... I'm going to go around to the other side of the bar for that one. And that one, and that one. There we go. So we got 14 fingerprints. 14 fingerprints. Alright, we also got 4 and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's go here. 20, 21, and finally, if we go all the way down the bottom, will be 22 pieces of evidence for our first little look through. Okay. Excuse me. I think that's about right. There probably is some that I've not marked, but I'll do my best. So, let's go. 1. 2. 3. This one's going to be one of the most difficult ones. And that's made a complete liar out of me, has it not? 4. 5. 6. 7. I thought there was one over here. No. 8. Oh. Well, that's struggling. Objects are too small. Interesting. 9. 10. Didn't like that for some reason, did it not? 10. 11. 12. Bit of lag. 13. 14. Let's go complete prone. 15. 16. 17. Okay. $18, $19. Oh yeah, doesn't like that at all. 21. Oh, 21. Sorry, 20. And then the one down the basement. Well, so far, those have been absolutely no bother, really. Wow. Wow, did not expect that. I don't know if there's been patches or improvements made since I last, between the episodes. I think there has been at least 2 or 3. Let's go ahead and go for fingerprint kit. And go ahead. So this should be standard procedure by now. If you've seen any of the other episodes. I have recently been putting too much of the powder on. And again, I think that's a change because I would so which one's that one? Powder done. That's okay. I previously dusted it until it had almost no like white markings on it and it was completely covered. But it seems to be if you do it that way, the game does not like it. Extract fingerprint. And it says you have to rub some off, which I think can damage the print. It's like there is actually fine. Yes. And obviously these are all marked as completed. This isn't the time-consuming bit. The time-consuming bit is when you're in the lab and you are having to match them or not match them, I guess. So there are... The thing is, there's going to be, I would guesstimate, at least 4 people that we have to match these to. Because there's the owner of the bar. Is the owner's son. There's the person who works in the bar, who is, I believe they were dating the owner's son. In a relationship with Stefan, yes. So there's Dietmar, there's Eleanor and Stefan. And then there's, well, the perpetrator. Although it could be one of those, to be fair. Do they say that it's family, friends and close relatives that are most likely to be the person who's committing the crime? So keep on going round. So there's some nice swirls on that one there. Let's just see if the actual scanner will recognize it. There you go. So sometimes I've put at least a couple of cases together in these videos. It depends on length. This one feels like it's going to just be a one and done. Just because of the amount of evidence. And we are trying to go for, we've said before, that ideally... I guess I can start picking up these now, because I've took pictures of them. That one's not broken. And handgun. And the laptop. And the trajectory I'll have to come back for... Is that all of the prints? Yeah, I think so. I think it is. Okay. How many prints? 14 prints. And it does go up to 14 there, which is when I stopped using the printer markers. I think that's about right. Yeah, it really depends on the length of these. Length of the videos. I'll put that back. And biomaterial kit. So I think this we are trying to go, as I said, for the completes, and ideally we want... Well, I would like to think we can get a over 80%, over 80 out of 100. That would be ideal. In the previous couple of ones, we got like 95, and we got 96 and such in the 90s, so all good there. But we've already got 14. I'm going to say 14 times 3 pieces of matchings and correlations, etc. for the fingerprints. Then we've got 2 sets of firearms. We've got 4 pieces of digital evidence. So there's a lot of analyses here. So trajectory rod. Actually, we need to collect the projectile first, and then we need to place the projectile, the rod, should I say. And then I need to set up the camera. Or I could just close it. Tripod on camera. Right, so. Going that way. Ideally, I'd set it up. Can I set it up here? I don't see why not. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Actually then, I will place it here. Facing that way. Seems about right to me. And we'll get the spray can. And... No! That's not what I wanted to do. Camera. I can actually move it further along, to be honest, and then that gives us a better view, actually. That's probably better. Start exposure. Okay, to the spray can. So, here we go. And what we do is we spray it. Like this. And we have to get the exposure. We need to run around. We need to spray up here. Like this. Trying to get all of the lines in. Gonna get out of the way. 3 seconds. I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, only... I don't know exactly what that was. Let me try that again. I think that said 60-odd% of the... I think I said 68% of the trajectory was covered because it essentially timed out down there. And I think that the main thing is we need to get round that side and make sure this one is taken. Here, this is the main one. Basically up to the bar, because you'd think that's where someone would be firing from, to the bar. 66%. 50% is required. I mean, there's not much I can really do about hopping over the bar. That isn't a feature. Right. We have digital evidence. We got 2 pistols, 2 firearms, 9mm projectile, and the trajectory at the pool bar, which is, well, in existence. We have in 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of digital evidence. 2 of them are damaged. And 4 fingerprints. 14 fingerprints, I wish it was 4. Good grief. And the fingerprints from Dietmar, Stefan, and Eleanor. So, let us begin the task. See all the evidence here? Loads of evidence. Let's do it. And, as I've said before, we can always go back. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. So, we have a male. I want to note that recovering usable fingerprints from light switches is generally unlikely because the light switches are touched frequently by multiple individuals and latent fingerprints are likely to be smeared, overlapped, or contaminated through repeated use. As a result, the chance of obtaining clear, identical fingerprints suitable for comparison is typically low. That's a good, actually, piece of advice, that. Projectile trajectory reconstruction reveals the shot was fired directly at the bar remains open if the projectile was warning shot or if it was fired with the intention to hit Dietmar. Okay. And we go over to here. And we can see, yes. That just feels like we should have more evidence in there. But there's 3 people on the board and lots of fingerprints. just have a feeling that this is an inside job. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm just gonna crack on with the fingerprints. I'll do that first. So Daimar, fingerprint 1, and immediately we're gonna go no match. Let's work through it. No match. No match. That's a match. So we got a loop there. That's good. We have some end, like that. We have some, well, no, not end. That's end. And there's a junction. There. Not a very good one, not a very good fit. There's a junction there. No, discard that one then. And discard that one, actually, because I think I can do better on that. That one and that one. It's still not great. Junction... No. Sorry, end. There and there. Very strong evidentiary value. We will say a match. No match. No match. No match. Didn't mean to come back on that one. If it wasn't for these crosses and the ticks, I would probably mark this. I would probably say that this game is unplayable for me personally. It's just so useful to be able to look at it and say yes, no, like what have we previously done. It really is. So there's a loop. This is a match. We can just tell from this, but we can't just say we feel like it is. That's not the case. You have to, in order for it to be valid, you need to match up all of these bits. And ideally you want to get very strong evidentiary value. And once again, that is a match. So there we go. We have got that, I think, pretty well done. And that is a third of the way. Oh! That's... didn't seem to be right. So there we go. That's all fine. So that was Daimar. It's got Stefan. And no match. No match. So I expect to find, obviously, more than one... Well, there's 3 fingerprints that we have on the file. I expect to find more than that. Because people visit the bar. That's their father. That's them. That's... No, that's similar. But not right. Similar thing. Alright. That is also not. Interesting. That is right, though. So we've got a delta. Delta. No. No. Let's try and mark the delta up like that. That's correct. There we go. We'll get rid of that one. We'll go for a loop, which I think that's a loop. It is a loop. And over here. And here. And we can say that one and that one. No, apparently not. Interesting. Have I just matched it up wrong? Probably. Very strong alternative value. That's fine. Match. That's another match. So we have the delta. Try that again. There we go. We got a loop. There and there. And then we have ends. And ends. And then we know we've got a junction there. And there. That's a match. No match. No match. No match. And no match. And 2 Eleanor. No match. No. See, fairly obvious that they've got a big swirl on here. Again, we expect to find multiple fingerprints because people come into the bar. So far, not seeing any... Won't even finish that sentence. We're not finding any matches. Until now. and we will have a look at the case board to see where these were from. For some reason, though, again, it's just going on instinct, and it could be bad one at that. That it just feels like the fingerprints obviously are very useful, but this is not going to be probably a case that will be relied upon because of the fingerprints necessarily. Obviously, it's all a body of evidence. Not that I know what I'm talking about, you understand. But I think that more the digital evidence is going to be useful, and obviously the witness statement, any statements and such. No match, and it also depends on whether or not I've messed these up. Right, I have got fingerprints. I will pool the fingerprints, and I will... Ooh, what do I want to do? I want to start digital as well. I'm going to send the fingerprints off first. Okay. Select all. Send evidence. So let's select some of these. So, Dietmar. You can see that 2 of their fingerprints are on the bar. Elena. Oh, Elena. Around the bar, yeah. And Stefan. They're around here too. And some of them were just not identified. Because they were just the ones that I've either done it inaccurately. Very possible and probable. This is why I'm not a forensic investigator in real life. That and many, many other reasons. And also, we just expect to find non-compliant fingerprints to the file. Fingerprints found the crime scene are matched to the bar owner, expected to given he worked and lived at the establishment. Fingerprints found at the crime scene have been matched to the bar owner. This is expected given he worked. What? And also there's attachments. What? What attachments? That's... What? What attachments? Interesting. What attachments? There is no attachments. Okay, I'll come back to that. That feels problematic. Let's go ahead and now do the digital evidence. Oh, so there's actually... Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrypt some of these files while I remove the damaged chips. So this is, if you've seen any of the episodes previously, what you have to do if you've got a damaged chip, you have to heat it in an even way to remove it from the board. And it doesn't seem to have come off yet. There we go. And you pick it up and drop it. And then we pick up the chip. Then what I'll do is I'll export the results from that one. And then I'll go for the laptop and decrypt that while I work on the damaged phone here. So we have to heat it evenly. I'm fortunate, and I think it is more luck than judgment, that I've previously done this, and I've not broken any of the chips. So yeah. Let's get this. I can hear it working. We didn't find any passwords, did we? And I'm still not sure if there's any other evidence to find. Oh wow, look at that. Decrypting will continue in the background. Feel free to come back later. Is it going to take that long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars. Wow. Oh no! It didn't. Other noises of frustration are available. Okay. Let's just start decrypting the device here. This is the. These are the chips that we've taken. Apparently they're decrypted a lot faster. Whereas the laptop, I didn't find a password, and we could have a password on the premises. what I'll do is I'll export that. I'll start decrypting the chip. And then we've got some... What have we got after this? We've got some other evidence to look at. The shooting evidence. The firearm evidence. So I'll do that. Let's export them results. So while we've done that, it's just the ThinkCore laptop. Start decrypting. So I'll grab that evidence. And these phones could just be lost phones. But I'll send that away. Send that evidence. It's always good to send it. New mail received. Hacking the mobile phone found lost and found box revealed that it's not relevant to the case. Belongs to Lily Kurtz. And another analysis is Alex Zinberg, who lost it at the bar. And then phone belonged to the victim, Dietmar Koch. Device was found hidden in the bars, lost and found. Text message on the phone containing hostile messages from the owner's son regarding alleged affair between his girlfriend and his father. There's also mention of a new security system with a note saying 1234 attachments password. Right, okay. And I have a feeling that that's what was going to be on here. Yes, okay. We have got a password. So I'm going to cancel this. I will now then use the password, which will now start decrypting. Which I'm going to back up because that's just taking forever. Back, start again. ThinkCore laptop. We will use the password and start decryption. There you go. It helps if I actually select it. And we'll export the results. Right, that's fine. So, we are putting the case together. I did say inside job here. Send evidence. So yes, we have previously got text message and phone contain hostile messages from the bar's son, Stefan. I've been saying Stephen throughout this all. Apologies. Alleged affair regarding his girlfriend and his father. Laptop was part of the newly installed surveillance system added after the prior robbery to the bar. Forensics examination confirmed its role in the central hub for hidden cameras. Reviewing and recovered video recordings shows Stefan entering the restroom carrying a firearm, later leaving without it, indicating lightly concealed the weapon there. Guess what? We have that weapon. So, we will use the Pistol Lorenzi Army LA-93. We will shoot it and collect that. We will then also go for the pistol, the Vulcan Arms VA PDP Plus. There we go. So we fired both of those. We'll head into this machine here and we'll compare the projectile. So, projectile 9mm lead. So we've found this is the one that this is photo number 20 or evidence number 20. This is what we've collected from the scene that was lodged in the fridge or whatever it was. And then we've got number 62 and 63, which we've just collected. So we're going to use the one we found with the first one we fired. So this is where we have to match these up. And immediately, it doesn't match. Because the grooves are bigger. So this one, this was the first one. This is the first firearm I picked up, which was in the bar. I'm going to say projectiles don't match. However, I have a feeling that it will match up on this. But we have to try and figure that out, do we not? Interesting. The actual physical size is about right. But these don't seem to match up. Oh, apart from when you get it right. That's a match. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that evidence off. No, what I'll actually do is leave the paperwork on the desk, because of course, make sure I haven't left anything elsewhere. I don't mind that side of it, but we should be on a paperless office surely by now. Select all, send evidence. New mail received as well, but we'll see. 3 new mails received actually. Hannah, coffee emergency. Hannah, we need urgent supplies. The roast in the break room is nearly done. If you still have to interpret yesterday's bloodstain patterns tonight, late shift will not survive without fresh coffee. Please order an enormous bag. The truly enormous bag again. Comparison report. The projectiles from the gun found in the restroom at the crime scene match the one that killed Diet Ma. Test firing the gun under the bar and comparing the two showed this not the murder weapon. Analysing the security footage confirmed that Stefan entered the restroom with the firearm and left without it. The gun could be retrieved and projectile matching confirms it was used to kill Diet Ma, making Stefan the prime suspect. And also, Stefan was taken into questioning and confessed after facing incriminating evidence. He did not know about the newly installed security camera pointing towards the entrance of the restrooms. Stefan explained that his girlfriend, Elena Fisher, was having an affair with his father. He was overwhelmed by rage when he discovered the affair on the night of Diet Ma's murder and acted impulsively. We have a witness statement. Yeah. There you are. We still haven't done one of the samples. Oh, we still got a new mail as well. Hang on. Case conclusion. Investigations conclude that Stefan was shot his father, Diet Ma, and the owner of the pool bar. Stefan discovered that Diet Ma was involved with his girlfriend, Elena Fisher, who was a waitress at the establishment. Blind by rage, Stefan entered the pool bar after closing hours and confronted his father while he was closing up. The argument escalated. Stefan fatally shot his father, hid the weapon in the restroom before fleeing the scene. No, I do not want to close the case because we still have some evidence, which is the biosample, which is... well, we'll send both into this analyses machine. Why not? So, I reckon we've got the case wrapped up. We've got a confession. Now, bear in mind, a confession doesn't mean that's exactly what happened. There could be many reasons why, you know, why it wouldn't match up. Maybe someone was protecting somebody else. Maybe someone was framed and, you know, they're being blackmailed to say something to cover someone else. Who knows? But our concern is collecting evidence, and we're told what the other investigators have found. So, Diet Ma, and then the DNA profile. So this is what we're going to try and match up. So we're trying to match this up. I do expect it to match up, but we shouldn't really preempt it, should we not? I'm looking for... peaks. I mean, no? Is this not going to match? This is, I mentioned before that this is the part of the game that I'm, like, not overly familiar with. Like, we wouldn't put it there, would we not? Because it's between these two bits. So I'm looking for, on this one, a peak. I'd like 2 peaks and then a single one about the same size. Like, see, that one wouldn't match. No. So none of these really would they? Oh, that one potentially. It sort of feels like I'm trying to fit it in, but that, I think that's a match. There we go. And I'll just send that anywhere. I don't expect to hear anything back. I'm just trying to sort all the evidence out. Oh, mail received. Blood found at the crime scene belongs to the deceased bar owner. Okay. We have... went through all of the fingerprints. Diet Ma Eleanor, and Stefan. Dietmar was shot and killed at their bar by Stefan because of an affair between Stefan's partner, Eleanor, and the affairee? No, that's not a term. And Dietmar, who they were having an affair with. Because of blind rage, apparently. We've done all fingerprints. We've done analyses of the digital evidence, which was a couple of phones, including one belonging to Stefan, which we found the password on. Was it Stefan's? That's a long list of cases. It's more than 99 in the markers, I think it says. Which one was it? No, belonging to Dietmar. Yes. Which they lost it. The victim's phone is missing. There you go. Right, that's one of the points of note that I read, that when we were going through the case, that the victim's phone was missing. I think we will probably mark that as done. Just going to double check to make sure nothing's unsent. We will go to the case files and we will close the case. Would you like to conclude it? Yes, we will. Case closed. Blood ties at the pool bar. Investigations conclude that Stefan Cockshotton killed his father, Dietmar Koch, at the owner of the pool bar. Stefan discovered that Dietmar was involved with his girlfriend, Lena Fisher, who works as waitress at the establishment. Blinded by rage, Stefan entered the pool bar after closing hours and confronted his father while he was closing up. The argument escalated and Stefan fighted. They shot his father, hid the weapon in the restroom before fleeing the scene. Let's see. Ooh, not too bad at all. So crime scene evidence, 96 of 100. Fingerprints, 14. Digital evidence, 4. Biological samples, 1. 2 firearms, 1 projectile, 1 trajectory. Photos of quality, we got 23 of 23, 95%. Fingerprints, 14. So I've either missed a fingerprint or I've misidentified it. I think I've just probably missed a fingerprint because I said at the start that I was going to be spending all of our time going through the entire pool bar. Actually, no, that's not right. So I've not collected them all because the analysis is 100%. Analysis 100 of 100. Fingerprint analysis 8, DNA 1, digital 4, DNA profiles 2, 1 trajectory, 100% quality. Solving 100 of 100, total score 99 of 100. Not a perfect score, but that is as close to you're going to get. Alright, blood ties at the pool bar is completed. We now have 2 more cases. We have barrel secrets and parking lot retribution. We are going to leave it there for now. And yeah, that's been a bit more forensics, crime scene investigators, detectives, etc. Yeah, we're gonna do a full complete on this. We're gonna get it all done. So far, our low score is 81, I believe. 80%. Apparently, no. The lowest I've ever got is 74 on the training. You know what? I would argue that if you're going to get a low score, when you're learning the job, that's when you want the low scores. That's fine with me. Anything over 50%, we move on. Anything over 80, we can pat ourselves on the back. Next time, we're going to have a look at the next case. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you've been enjoying this one. I can understand the moment-to-moment can be quite repetitive, but people quite like that. I'm still enjoying it, and the story is enough for me to keep going and figuring out the cases. Yeah, hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and next time, we'll do some more cases. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.